नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादं सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिधि नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to our daily morning reading of Srīmad Bhāgavatam. We are reading from Canto 10, the Samam Gunam, and chapter 10, Deliverance of Yamala-arjuna trees. When Srila Prabhupada was on board on the ship Jalduta on the way to America, he wrote a poem. It is called Markine Bhagavat, and in that poem he glorified Bhagavatam, because Bhagavatam was the only asset he was taking with him, and he glorifies Bhagavatam in that poem. He says that Bhagavate Katha Sei Tava Avatar Dhira Hayya Sune Jari Kane Bar Bar. That this Bhagavat Katha, this description of Krishna's Nam Rup Gun Leela, it is say avatar, it is an incarnation of Krishna himself, and the one who is Dhira, who is a sober person, he hears this message submissively, attentively. So I'm grateful for the opportunity to speak something on this glorious Leela of Krishna, the deliverance of Nalkuvar and Manikriv. I know I'm not qualified, especially to speak in front of senior Vaishnavas. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that Amara Agya Hoi Guru Hana Tare Desh Yara Dekha Tarikaha Krishna Upadesh. That it is my order that whoever you meet, you tell them Krishna Katha. You repeat message of Krishna. And Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita chapter 18 that whoever preaches Krishna consciousness, whoever spreads my message, he is very dear to me. And that was Srila Prabhupada's mood as well. Srila Prabhupada used to say that anyone, regardless of their age, if they have little understanding of this philosophy of Krishna consciousness, they should try and share this message as long as they share it as it is. So, and Srila Prabhupada used to cherish, when little Saraswati, she was the daughter of Mataji, she would ask everyone, do you know who is Krishna? Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Srila Prabhupada used to celebrate that little girl as well. So with that mood, I know I am very fallen, I am full of faults. And just like in this Damodar Leela, Krishna is a baby and he is still crawling towards this Nalkuvar and Manigriv, these trees. I'm still taking baby steps in my journey of Krishna consciousness, but just like in this Leela, as Krishna himself is bound, but he delivers, he helps these two trees. So with this mood, by sharing Krishna Katha, when Krishna is bound, in the end, his father Nand Maharaj comes and frees him. So Krishna says, Aham Bij Pradap Pita. So by sharing the message, I hope that by the end of my life, Krishna will also accept me. And I will also develop some rati, some love for the lotus feet of my Guru and Krishna. So I seek the blessings of Srila Prabhupada, my Guru Maharaj, the entire Guru Parampara, and all the Vaishnavas, so that I can repeat the message of Srila Prabhupada as it is. So in this chapter, so last chapter we saw, chapter 9, we saw that Mother Yashoda binds Krishna and she gets busy with her household work again. And then Krishna is crawling along with the wooden grinding mortar. And when he was bound, the wooden grinding mortar was vertical, but as he is crawling, the mortar is horizontal, and then it gets stuck between these two trees in his courtyard. So in the beginning of chapter 10, we saw who these trees were in their past life for the first few verses 1 to 7. And then we see how Narad Muni curses them, which turns out to be a blessing. And so after giving them the curse, Narad Muni gives them some instructions. So those instructions are, we saw until verse 23. And from verse 24 to 38, we see how Krishna liberates them. And from verse 33 to 38, we have the prayers that Nalkuvar and Manigriv offer to Krishna. So we have read verses up to verses 32. No, actually those prayers start from verse 29. So we will try to read verses 34, 35, 36, hopefully 37. And we'll see what prayers Nalkuvar and Manigriv are offering to Krishna. So what we'll do is we will read the translations from verses 29 to 32, and then we'll continue, and 33, and then we'll continue with 34 and 35. Gunesh, do you want to read the translation for 10, 10, 29?
Yes. O Lord Krishna, Lord Krishna, your opulent mysticism is inconceivable. You are the supreme original person, the cause of all causes, immediate and remote, and you are beyond this material creation. Learned Brahmanas know, on the basis of Vedic statement, Sarvam Kala Idam Brahma, that you are everything and that this cosmic manifestation in its gross and subtle aspects is your form.
Next one, anyone?
You are the supreme personality of Godhead, the control of everything. The body, life, ego, and senses of every living entity are your own self. You are the supreme person Vishnu, the impersonal controller. You are the time factor, the immediate cause, and you are material nature, consisting of the three modes: passion, goodness, and ignorance. That is the original cause of this material manifestation. You are the super soul, and therefore you know everything within the core of the heart of every living entity.
32.
O Lord, you exist before the creation. Therefore, who trapped by your body of material qualities in this material world can understand you?
Thank you, Guruji. 33.
O Lord, whose glories are covered by your own energy, you are the supreme personality of Godhead. You are Sankarshana, the origin of creation, and you are Vasudeva, the origin of the Chaturvyuha. Because you are everything and are therefore the supreme Brahman, we simply offer our respectful obeisances to you.
Thank you, Mataji. So we'll go to verse 34 and 35 now. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudiraye nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavati sevaya bhagavati uttamam shloke bhaktir bhavati vishviki. Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya. Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya. Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya. Yasyavatara jnayante sharireshva sharirinah. Taistairyatulyatishaye virye dehishvasangate. Sabhavan sarvalokasya bhavaya vibhavaya cha.
Sambhavan sarvalokasya bhavaya vibhavaya cha.
Avatirnom shabhagena sampratam patirashisham.
Avatirnom shabhagena sampratam patirashisham.
Any Prabhus want to lead?
Yasyavatara jnayante shariresh asharirinah
Sharireshva sharirinah.
Taistair atulyatishay
Taistair atulyatishay
viryair dehishvasangitahi
viryair dehishvasangate.
Bhavan sarvalokasya
Sabhavan
Yasyavataranyayante
Yasyavataranyayante
Sharireshva
Sharireshva Teste Rakulyatishaye Virye Dehi Shasangate Sabhavan Sarvalokasya Bhavaya Vibhavaya Cha Avatirnom Shabhagena Sampratam Patirashisham.
Let's look at word to word. Yasya,
Yasya.
of whom.
Of whom.
Avataraha,
Avatara.
the different incarnations like Matsya, Kurma, Varaha. Gnayante, are speculated. Sharireshu, in different bodies, differently visible. Asharirinam, they are not ordinary material bodies but are all transcendental. Taihi, by such bodily activities. Atulya, incomparable. Atishaihi, unlimited. Viraihi, by strength and power. Dehishu, by those who actually have material bodies. Asangataihi, which activities enacted in different incarnations are impossible to be performed. Saha, the same Supreme. Bhavan, your Lordship. Sarvalokasya, of everyone. Bhavaya, for the elevation. Vibhavaya, for the liberation. Cha, and. Avatirnaha, have now appeared. Amshabhagena, in full potency with different parts and parcels. Sampratam, at the present moment. Patihi Ashisham, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Master of all auspiciousness. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Appearing in bodies like those of an ordinary fish, tortoise and hog, you exhibit activities impossible for such creatures to perform, extraordinary, incomparable, transcendental activities of unlimited power and strength. Those bodies of yours, therefore, are not made of material elements, but are incarnations of your Supreme Personality. You are the same Supreme Personality of Godhead who have now appeared with full potency for the benefit of all living entities within this material world. Forward. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 4.7 and 8, Yada yada hi dharmasya Glanirabhavati bharatah Abhyutthanam adharmasya Tadatmanam srijamyaham Paritranaya sadhuna Vinashaya cha dishkritam Sambhavami yuge yuge. Krishna appears as an incarnation when real spiritual life declines and when rogues and thieves increase to disturb the situation of the world. Unfortunate, less intelligent persons, bereft of devotional service, cannot understand the Lord's activities. And therefore such persons describe these activities as kalpana, mythology or imaginations, because they are rascals and the lowest of men. Na mam dushpritino muda prapadyante naradama. Such men cannot understand that the events described by Vyasadeva in the Puranas and other Shastras are not fictitious or imaginary, but factual. Krishna in his full unlimited potency here shows that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For although the two trees were so large and sturdy that even many elephants could not move them, Krishna as a child exhibited such extraordinary strength that they fell down with a great sound. From the very beginning, by killing Putana, Shakatasura, Trunavartashura, by causing the trees to fall and by showing the entire universe within his mouth, Krishna proved that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The lowest of men, Mudas, because of sinful activities, cannot understand this, but devotees can accept it without a doubt. Thus, the position of devotee is different from that of a non-devotee. So, Srila Prabhupada opens this purport by referring to Bhagavad Gita, Shlokas 4.7 and 4.8, in which Krishna says that Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata, whenever the religion, whenever there is a decline in religion and abhyuthanam adharmasya, there is increase, there is some prominent increase in irreligion, I descend at that time. And then he says that he describes the purposes, more purposes of his appearance. That to deliver the pious people and to annihilate the miscreants and to re-establish the principles of Dharma, he appears millennium after millennium. So in their prayers, Nalkur and Manigriv are saying, the crux of this verse is that they are saying that you incarnate as different incarnations, you take different bodies. But the activities you perform, the pastimes you perform in these bodies, they are inconceivable. For example, what he does in a fish body is not something an ordinary fish can do. So then Nalkur and Manigriv say that that's why you are Bhagavan, because an ordinary fish can't do what you do in a fish incarnation, an ordinary tortoise can't do what you do in a Kurma avatar. So like that, Krishna's incarnations, they are categorized in 6 different categories. First category is called his Purush avatars. So Krishna incarnates as Karanodakshaya Vishnu. Karanodakshaya Vishnu is one who lies in the causal ocean, and from his breathing millions of universes emanate. And then there is Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, the Vishnu who is lying on the Garbhodak ocean, and from his Nabhi a lotus sprouts, and on top of that lotus Brahma appears. So like that, in each universe that Karanodakshaya Vishnu has created, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu gives birth to a separate Brahma for each universe. And then Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, who lies in the Kshirodak ocean, the ocean of milk, he enters into the each living entity in the each universe Brahma has created, and then he lies in their heart as Paramatma. So these are the Purush avatar of Krishna. Then the next category of Krishna's incarnations is his Leela avatars. That is what Srila Prabhupada has given us In the verse, there is no mention of the list of Leela avatars, but Nalko and Manigriv, in the verse they are just saying Yasya avatara, but then Srila Prabhupada is giving us some examples like Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, then there is Narsimhadev, Vamandev, Parshuram, Lord Ram, Krishna, Balaram, Lord Buddha, and the future incarnation Kalki. So in different millenniums, as Prabhupada referred to these shlokas, Sambhavami Yuga Yuga, in different millenniums, Krishna incarnates as different bodies to fulfill a special mission. And then next category of Krishna's incarnation are Guna avatars. So according to the three modes of material nature, his incarnations are also sometimes categorized as Guna avatars. Like Lord Brahma, he is the presiding deity of mode of passion, Rajogun. So he creates the universes. And Lord Vishnu, he is the presiding deity of Sattvagun. So he maintains the universes. And Lord Shiva is the presiding deity of Tamogun, the mode of ignorance. So he is responsible, he has taken the responsibility for the destruction of the universes. And then there are Yuga avatars, Manvantar avatars, Shaktyavesh avatars. So Narad Muni is a Shaktyavesh avatar, an empowered incarnation of Krishna to give the devotional service, bhakti. Then there was Prithu Maharaj, who was empowered for the proper governance. And then there is Vyasadeva, who compiled all the scriptures. So he was empowered by Krishna for this purpose, for the compilation of Vedas. So like that, there are different types of incarnations of Krishna. But as Srimad Bhāgavatam 1.3.28 says, Ete chamshakalap Krishna, Ete chamshakalap pumsa, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam, Indrari Vyakulam Loke, Mrudayanti Yuge Yuge. That all these incarnations that we just described, they are either amsha or kala, either portions, plenary portions, or the portions of the portions of Krishna. But Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam, Krishna himself is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan. And that is what Lord Brahma says in Brahma Samhita. There is a shloka in Brahma Samhita where Lord Brahma says, Ramadi Murti Sukala Niyamena Tishtan Nana Avataram Bhuvaneshu Kintu Krishna Swayam Samabhavat Paramapumanyo Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So Lord Brahma is also saying that these Ramadi Murti, the Ram Adi incarnations, they are just different incarnations of Krishna, but Krishna Swayam Samabhavat Paramapumanyo. Krishna is the Param Purusha, he is the original personality of Godhead. So what Nalgova and Manigriv are trying to say in this verse is that when Krishna takes body of a different, of a specific species, for example, fish, when Krishna first of all came as a fish incarnation, Matsya avatar. So what happened was, in Satyuga there was a king named Manu, and he had a desire to have darshan of Lord Narayan. So he used to perform severe austerities. And so one day when he took his bath in the river, and he took some water in his anjali to take his sankalpa, and he finished taking his sankalpa. He was about to offer the water to Lord Vishnu, and at the same time a little fish appeared in his palm. So and the fish spoke to him. So fish said to him that please save me, I am in danger. So then what he does is he takes the fish and puts in his kamandalu, the brass vessel rishis keep. So he puts the fish in his kamandalu, and takes the fish with him. And in few minutes after he reaches to his ashram, the fish is screaming from the commander, "Please save me, I'm in danger." Then he attends to the fish, and then he sees that fish has now grown and it can't fit in the kamandal. So then he pulls the fish out of the kamandal and puts it in a bigger vessel. But in few minutes the vessel is also small for that fish. So he brings the biggest vessel he has and put the fish in that vessel. Again, that vessel is also small. So then what he does is he takes the fish and puts it in the ocean. And in few minutes the fish expands as big as the ocean. So then he realizes that this cannot be an ordinary fish. This must be my Lord Narayan. So then he offers his obeisances, his prayers, and then Lord Narayan tells him the purpose of his appearance, that Satyug is about to come to an end, and Lord Brahma is tired after the job of creation, and now he's feeling tired and he's about to fall asleep, and it is time for pralaya. So what I want you to do is take take male and female of all the species of all the plants and animals and birds, and bring all the 7 rishis, and I want you to build a very big, a huge boat, and put all the rishis and all these specimens in that boat. And at the time of pralay, I will, after 7 days there will be pralay, and I will save all these. So Manu does like that, and after 7 days, when there is very heavy rain and there is pralay, this fish holds this boat on top of the body, and it saves the Vedas, because Brahmaji was asleep. A demon named Hayagriv had stolen the Vedas from him and taken. So because Lord Narayan didn't want the Vedic knowledge to go to the Asuras, so he saves that knowledge, and so like that in the fish incarnation, Lord Narayan saves the Vedic knowledge. Now what this fish does, any ordinary fish we cannot imagine they can do. And same thing in Kurma Avatar, when Krishna came as a tortoise, when the Devatas and Asuras, they were churning the ocean, they had Mount Mandar as a churning rod. But the Mount Mandar was unstable. So as a kurma, as a tortoise, it supports the churning rod, Mount Mandar. So that's how it saves, it helps, Krishna's tortoise helps in the Kurma Avatar. And then in Varaha Avatar, he rescues Bhumi Devi from demon named Hiranyaksha, who was the brother of Hiranyakashipu. And then in Narsimha Avatar, he saves Prahlad and saves earth from the miscreant Hiranyakashipu. So like that, the crux of the verse is that what Krishna does in different incarnations, it is not something an ordinary fish or tortoise or a hawk can do. And the second part of the verse is that those who are devotees, they accept it, but the non-devotees, mudas, they are not ready to accept it. So in Krishna Lila as well, in Damodar Lila, Krishna uproots the Yamala-arjuna trees. Now those trees, they were cursed to be in that place they were standing there for 100 years of demigods, which is in human years, it is 648,000 years. So they were very strong, long-lasting trees. Their roots were very strong, and their roots were spread over several kilometers. So, but just this baby, 3 years old baby, Krishna, he touches, he happens to touch these trees and they are uprooted. So what he does as this baby is not something an ordinary 3-year-old baby, a human baby can do. And in Govardhan Leela, at the age of 7, he lifts the Govardhan mountain. It is said that at that time Govardhan was spread up to 22 kilometers. And this little baby, this little child Krishna holds Govardhan for 7 days in heavy rain on his pinky, and not even his pinky, on the little nail of his pinky. So that's not something an ordinary 7-year-old can do. And same thing we see in Brahma Vimon Leela. He expands and he remains as gopas and cows and cowherd cows and calves for an entire year. And he bewilders Lord Brahma in Ras Leela. He expands as many gopis are there and he gives them pleasure. He marries 16,108 women. And he builds 16,108 palaces, and in each palace he has expanded himself, so he is present in each palace and he is doing his leela in each of these palaces with his queens. So in his incarnation as Krishna as well, what he does is inconceivable. So for a devotee, devotee has faith, but as Sri Prabhupada says, Namam dushkritino mudha prapadyante naradama. Those who are mudha, those who are naradam, they won't surrender to me, they won't accept my supremacy. But for a devotee has faith, Prahlad Maharaj, he experienced so many tortures from his father, Hiranyakashipu. But when his father asked, why are you worshipping this Vishnu? You are saying your Vishnu is everywhere. You think your Vishnu is in this pillar as well. And without any fear, without any doubt, Prahlad Maharaj says, yes, my Lord Vishnu is in this pillar as well. And as soon as he says that, Narasimha Dev tears open that iron pillar and he appears. So, for a devotee, he has that faith that my Lord can do anything and everything. And Hiranyakashipu, he had thought that he will trick Lord Brahma. He had got this benediction. He had put some conditions. So he says that I want a benediction that I won't have my death by any being, any jiva created by Brahma. So then Krishna is Narasimha Dev. He is not created by Brahma. He has created Brahma. So then Narasimha Dev fulfills that condition. He says that no human or no animal can kill me. So Narasimha Dev he is half human and half lion. So that condition is fulfilled. He says that I should not die in the daytime or night time. So Narasimha Dev appears as the twilight hours, and it is not day nor night. So he kills him at that time. Hiranyakashipu wanted a death, not by any weapon. So Narasimha Dev doesn't use any weapon. He uses his nails to tear apart his intestines. So. Like that, in each incarnation, what Krishna does is inconceivable, and that is the crux of this verse 34 and 35. Let's go to verse 36, which is also another beautiful verse. Namaha Parama Kalyana Namaha Parama Mangala Vasudevaya Shantaya Yadunam Padaye Namaha Any problems?
Namaha Parama Kalyana
Namaha Parama Kalyana
Namaha Parama Mangala
Namaha Paramamangala.
Vasudevaya Shantaya.
Vasudevaya Shantaya.
Yadunam Pataye Namaha.
Yadunam Pataye Namaha.
Namaha Paramakalyanam.
Namaha Paramakalyana.
Namaha Paramamangala.
Namaha Paramamangala.
Vasudevaya Shantaya.
Vasudevaya Shantaya.
Yadunam Pataye Namaha.
Yadunam Pataye Namaha.
Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O supremely auspicious, we offer our respectful obeisances unto you, who are the supreme good. O most famous descendant and controller of the Yadu dynasty, O son of Vasudev, O most peaceful, let us offer our obeisances unto your lotus feet. We forgot to look at what Namaha.
Namaha.
We therefore offer our respectful obeisances.
We therefore offer our respectful obeisances.
Param Kalyana,
Paramakalyana.
you are the supreme auspiciousness.
You are the supreme auspiciousness.
Namaha,
Namaha.
our respectful obeisances unto you.
Our respectful obeisances unto you.
Parama Mangala,
Paramamangala.
whatever you do is good.
Whatever you do is good.
Vasudevaya,
Vasudevaya.
unto the original personality of Godhead.
Unto the original personality of Godhead.
Vasudev,
Vasudeva.
unto the original personality of Godhead. Vasudeva. Shantaya,
Shantaya.
unto the most peaceful.
Unto the most peaceful.
Yadunam,
Yadunam.
of the Yadu dynasty.
Of the Yadu dynasty.
Pataye,
Pataye.
unto the controller.
Unto the controller.
Namaha,
Namaha.
our respectful obeisances unto you.
Our respectful obeisances unto you.
Purport. The word Param Kalyana is significant because Krishna in any of his incarnations appears in order to protect the sadhus, paritranaya sadhunam. The sadhus, saintly persons or devotees are always harassed by non-devotees. And Krishna appears in his incarnations to give them relief. This is his first concern. If we study the history of Krishna's life, we shall find that for most of his life he predominantly engaged in killing demons one after another. So it's a short and sweet purport by Srila Prabhupada. In this verse, Nalkur and Manigriv are describing 4 qualities of Krishna. So Krishna has unlimited qualities, but in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Rupa Goswami has captured 64 of his qualities. And in this verse, Nalkur and Manigriv are saying that Krishna is Param Kalyana. He is all auspicious. He is Param Mangala. Whatever he does is good. He is Shantaya. He is the most peaceful, and he is Pataye. He is the Pati. He is the real husband. He is the controller, maintainer of all jivas. So that is what this prayer of Nalkur and Manigriv describes. So when they say Krishna is Param Kalyana, you know, when Ajamil at the end of his life, he just unintentionally takes, he utters the word Narayan. He is calling out to his son. But the name of Krishna is Param Kalyana. So that's why he is saved from the Yamdutas, and he ends up going to Vishnu Loka. And Dhruva Maharaj's case, he does severe austerities, and as a result of his austerities at the end of his life, not only him, but his mother also gets the Kalyan because of meditation of Krishna. And in case of Parikshit Maharaj, he hears Krishna Katha for 7 days, and this Shravanam is Param Kalyana for him. In second canto, there is a verse that says that Krishna's name, form, quality, his lila, his descriptions, his remembrance is all very auspicious, and it cleans the effects of sins in all the jivas. Then the verse says Krishna is Param Mangala. Whatever he does is good. So in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, when Arjun asks Krishna that Senayor Ubayor Madhye, take my chariot in the middle of the battlefield. So when Arjun is observing the army, Krishna is also observing the army, and just by his glance, he is glancing at each soldier in the battlefield. Not only the soldiers from Pandava side, but also the soldiers from Kaurava side. And just by his glance, at the end of the Mahabharata war, they all get liberated. So, whatever Krishna does, just his glance is also good. In the end of Bhagavad Gita, in verse 18.78, it is said that Yatra Yogeshwaro Krishno, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara, Yatra Shri Vijayo Brudi, Dhruva Nitil Matir Mama. That wherever there is Krishna, wherever there is a submissive servant like Arjun, there is opulence and victory. Then this verse says Krishna is Shantaya. He is the most peaceful. He is peaceful and he is the giver of peace. Once somebody asked Srila Prabhupada, why whenever I come to temple, I see that all the devotees are so peaceful. Because so Prabhupada says that because Krishna is peaceful, devotees get their peacefulness from Krishna. There is that famous verse, Shantakaram Puja Vishayam. So Krishna is said to be Shant, the embodiment of peacefulness, Shantakara. And in one of the shlokas of Bhagavad Gita, it is said that being Shanta, being able to control the mind, is one kind of austerities. So in Parashar Muni's definition of Bhagwan, when we say that Krishna is the one who has all the six opulences in full, all the beauty, wealth, wisdom, fame, renunciation, austerity. So this austerity, being Shanta is an austerity, Krishna has this. That's why he is Bhagwan. And then he is called Pataye. So, we see there is a verse in Bhagavad Gita that says that all the living beings, they are Prakriti. So, we have the false ego. Because of our false ego, we identify as male or female. But this verse in Bhagavad Gita says that all the jivas are Prakriti, they are all female. And in Bhagavad Gita, Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna says, Param Brahma Param Dhama Pavitram Purusham Bhavam. So he says that Krishna is the only Purusha. Brahma Samhita as well, Brahmaji says Ishvara Parama Krishna. So Krishna is the Param Purusha. He is the enjoyer, and all the jivas are to be enjoyed. So Prabhupada says that women who want a material husband and men who want a material wife, men and women who think that this is my real husband or this is my real wife, they are in an illusion. That's what Srila Prabhupada says. So husband is someone who maintains the wife nicely and he looks after her children. But material husband, he himself is dependent on his past karma. So how can he then maintain the wife? So Krishna had 16,108 wives. Who, which material husband can do that? So this relationship of material husband and wife, Srila Prabhupada says that this relationship is not absolute because we desire to marry. That's why Krishna allows a husband to have a wife and wife to have a husband so that they can experience mutual satisfaction. So as we said, Krishna is the so Krishna is the real Patay, real husband of all the jivas. There is a shloka in the Gopi Gita section of 10th Canto, and the gopis say that Pati Sutanvaya Bhrata Bandhavan Ati Vilangyate Achyuta Tata Gati Vidastavo Gita Mohita Gita Vayoshita Kastya Nishi. So gopis are the ones who accept Krishna as their husband. They abandon, they leave their material husband and they run to Krishna at Nishi, at Ratri, at night time. So gopis tell him that for you we have left our pati, our husband, Suta, our children, our sons, our Bhrata, Bandhava, our brothers, our family, our relatives, we have left everything for you. And Ati Vilangyate, we have neglected their desire, their wish that we remain in the house because we are Achyuta Gata. Our Gati is towards you, Achyuta, Krishna. But we know what is in your mind. But what do? We are Gita Mohita. What do? We know that you are a Kita, you are a cheater. But what do? We are Gita Mohita. We are enchanted by the loud song of your flute. So who else other than a cheater like you will Tyajena, who will abandon us at Nishi, at night time. So, when we hear the word Gopi, we think that Gopi means it is a girl. But that is not true. Gopi is someone who is fully surrendered. Go means senses, indriyas. And Gopi means someone whose all their senses are surrendered, dedicated to Krishna only. So Gopi is someone whose eyes always want to have darshan of Krishna, whose ears always want to hear about Krishna, whose tongue always want to talk about Krishna, chant his names, and whose hands always want to do something for the service of Krishna, whose feet are always running towards Krishna. That is a Gopi. Gopi is not a woman. So some of us are ready to accept that, and some are not yet ready to accept. But the fact is that we are all Gopis. We are all to be enjoyed, and Krishna is the enjoyer. He is the Pataye, as Nal Kuvar and Manigri was saying in these verse. Should I take another verse and then talk about glories of Harina, or?
Glories of Harina.
So today we have Brisbane Mellows, this festival of congregational chanting of holy names of Krishna. So we thought we'll talk a little bit about glories of Harinam. So as we know, when we discussed the Yuga avatars of Krishna, we said in different yugas, Krishna comes to establish the Yuga Dharma, the prescribed way of realizing the absolute truth, to achieve the perfection of spiritual life. In each yuga, he comes to establish what is the real Yuga Dharma. So for like that, for Kali Yuga, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared and he established the Yuga Dharma. So Yuga Dharma for Yuga Dharma for Kali Yuga is chanting of congregational chanting of the holy name. It is said in Brihad Naradiya Puran that Harer Nam eva kevalam kalau nasti eva nasti katiranyatha. That in the age of Kali, this chanting of the holy name, and it is said 3 times, Harer Nam eva kevalam, to emphasize that in the age of Kali, there is no other way for deliverance than the chanting of the holy name. So that is the congregational chanting of holy name that we will do for from 11 o'clock to 8 p.m. tonight. That is a means, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, that will cleanse your heart, Cheto Darpanam-arjanam, and that will deliver you from the ocean of birth and death, Bhava Mahadavagni, Nirvapanam. And it is said that holy name is non-different from Krishna. We also discussed just before that. Krishna's Naam, Roop, Gun, Lila, his name, his qualities, his deity form, his pastimes, his discussions, hearing about him, they are all non-different from Krishna. So there is a shloka in Padma Puran, as we most of us might already know. It says that Nama Chintamani Krishna, Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha, Purna Shuddho Nitya Mukto, Abhinnatva Nama Namino. So Abhinnatva Nam Namino. Abhinna means non-different. Nam, name Krishna, and Nami, the person Krishna, they are non-different. They are the same. So it is said that when we are chanting the name of Krishna through our tongue, when we are chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. It is said that when we are chanting the names of Krishna through our tongue, Krishna is dancing on our tongue. Tunde Tandavani, Tundavali Lagyate. Krishna is dancing on our tongue. In Prahlad Maharaj, he says that, "O Lord, the chanting of your holy name is so auspicious that anyone who chants it immediately gets freed from the contamination of material life. Such chanting is not possible for those who are not attached, who are too attached to the material enjoyment." In Kevalastakam, we sing that Krishna's names are very sweet. They are sweeter than than the sweetest things. Maduram madurabhyopi mangalebhyopi mangalam pavanam pavanebhyopi harer nam eva kevalam. Harer nam, the name of Krishna, is the only thing that is sweeter than the sweet things, who is auspicious than the most auspicious things, and purifying than all the purifying factors. And it is said that Krishna resides wherever there is congregational chanting of holy name is happening. We sing in this Kevalastakam that, please repeat after me. Hari sada vaset tatra yatra bhagavata jana gayanti bhakti bhavena harer nameva kevalam. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he would say that I am so ignorant. He would take that humble position and say that I'm so ignorant that my Guru Maharaj didn't ask me to study any scriptures, but he just recommended that I just chant the holy names of the Lord, Param Vijayate, Krishna Sankirtanam. So that is what we will do for the rest of our day. We will dedicate our senses. As we said, Gopi is someone who dedicates all their senses in the service of the Lord. So we will dedicate all our senses in Krishna, in Krishna's service for the next few hours. I was going to try and cover verse 38 as well. It's a very beautiful verse. It says that Nalkuvar and Manigriv finally realized the real utilization of the body. It says that Vani Gunanu Kathane Shravanam Kathayam Hastau cha karma sumanastava padayornaham Smritya shirastava nivasa jagat praname Drishti satam darshane stu bhavattanunam. So we will also try to utilize our body for the real purpose, which is we will engage our tongue in Gunanukathane, in singing the names of Krishna. Shravano Kathayam, we will hear the names through our ears, and we will try to engage all our senses. We will try to engage our hands in clapping in the kirtan, and we will try to accumulate as much wealth as we can, because it is said that there is a bhajan in Hindi. It says that is dhara ka, is dhara par, sab dhara reh jayega. So those who understand Hindi, they will understand that whatever wealth you accumulated on this earth, when you go, it will just be here as it is. But the names of the Lord that you take, that is the wealth that you can take with you. So there is no comparison between the material wealth and the wealth of holy name. Bhakti Vinod Thakur used to say that this wealth of Harinam is the wealth that removes our real poverty, our false ego, and it gives us the biggest wealth, which is Rati, love at the lotus feet of Krishna. So Nam is something that will take us to Nami. The holy names of Krishna that we will sing, at the end of our life, it will help us to achieve our goal, which is Ante Narayana Smriti. There was a devotee who was engaged in Krishna consciousness for most of their life, and they happened to go in coma. So that devotee used to chant that prescribed rounds, but they had a tendency to watch movies and all that as well. So that devotee said, when they came out of coma, they said that somehow when I was in coma, all the songs that I used to hear when I was young, all those songs were playing in my head. So we don't know, whatever activities we engage ourselves in, we don't know what samskaras they are creating on our consciousness. So that's why it is recommended that we don't even waste a moment in doing any material activities, and we always engage our senses, because that's how we will achieve our goal, Ante Narayana Smriti. If we are able to remember Krishna at the end moment of our life, that is the success of our life, that is the real wealth. So I request you all to stay here. If you want to go back and come back, that's okay as well. And whoever is listening on Facebook, I request you all as well that please come and join us in the congregational chanting at the festival of Brisbane Mellows today. Grantaraj Srīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Hare Krishna. If anyone has any questions or any corrections for me, any additions or realizations, please share.
Right. So, what should be the best mood to take full advantage of the kirtan? So, what should be our mood when sitting in the kirtan to get a full advantage of the holy name?
Yes. What I have heard and what I try to practice is that Prabhu, because our mind has a tendency, doesn't matter where we are sitting and what we are doing with our external senses, our mind is called like a monkey. So our mind has a tendency that it will go to different places. So what I try to do is that keep my mind, I make sure that I'm hearing and my mind is also in the holy name. And I often, when as we are chanting, I often with my mind, I'm often writing the holy name, writing the words as we speak in my mind. So my mind doesn't go anywhere. So my mind is also engaged, and I always stay focused. But if any senior devotees want to add something, please do.
I just enjoy it. So, when we are here together with the devotees, we relish the holy name, and of course the mood is not to enjoy, the mood is to give pleasure to the divine couple. But by doing that automatically, as Prabhupada says that when we decorate ourselves and see in the mirror is decorated. So when we try to please Krishna, then we get automatically pleased. So the mood of congregational chanting is that can we please Krishna? Even when we go on Harinams, for me I always want that this also should go out on the streets. Because if you just keep within the boundaries of four walls, last week when we went for Harinam at the Mount God markets, after we finished, one devotee commented, says, there's so much suffocation inside. When we come outside, it's just like we're giving the holy name to everyone. So we all must try that how we can give it to others also. As well as Kadam Karam Bharat states, in this final instruction lecture, I remember that 15 September 2022 in Vrindavan. He says, yes, devotees do this kirtan. They have nice sanghas, nice parties, pizza and cake there. The swamis are invited, and the swamis are bored stiff. They don't want to attend here, they want to go out and distribute. So for me personally, it's better that what we do here, we should also go out and give to others. And I have a recording of His Holiness Hridanda Maharaj. Sorry. And he says that, yes, we, many times we also feel coming to the temple, spend time with the deities, spend time hearing and chanting. That's very important, yes. But end result should be that we should be. Can someone close the door? Otherwise, I'm still thinking, we don't know. We have to be very careful with deities. Please. So he says that ultimately our aim should be that we are inspired by what we do in the temple, go out and give it to others. If that doesn't happen, then actually he quotes Bhāgavatam. I don't know where he quotes Bhāgavatam, but he says if that doesn't happen, then even what we do here is on the material platform as strong as that. So that's my 5 cents worth.
It's very well. Thank you for sharing, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. I have a question. I just got confused now. What is the difference between Gopi and Goswamis? So you said that is. So can you just explain? Because I'm getting confused.
Yes, there are different terminologies. Gopi is someone whose senses are dedicated to Krishna, and Goswami is the one who has conquered their senses. Master Swami, they have conquered their senses. So nectar of instruction says, Vacho Vegam, Manasakrodha Vegam, Jiva Vegam, Udaropastha Vegam, Etan Vegan, Visaheta Dera, Sarvam Apimam, Prithvim Sasishyat. So the one who has got the control over all these Vegas, all these urges of Vacho, urges to speak, urges of mind, urges of belly, genitals, all these urges, that person is a Goswami, and that such a person is qualified to become a guru. So that is something we should, when we are considering someone to be our guru, that is something we should check, that if this person seems to be a Goswami, if they have conquered their senses. Thank you.
Gopi also, the word comes from the word Gupta. Gupta means confidential. So when Krishna is enacting pastime with confidential servitors, these are called gopis. Like my name is Sakhi Das. So when I asked the Guru Maharaj, why do you give me the name Sakhi? I'm like, their body. So he says Sakhi also includes the Gopas. So he says Sakhi means a friend. A friend of Krishna can be a Gopi or a Gopa. And Rai is the king. So Krishna is the king of the Gopis and the Gopas.
Thank you. One more question. This Nalakuvera and Manigriva, now they are glorifying Lord, but these knowledge should be already there, present in them before also. But still with that knowledge, how can they go for intoxication or anything?
Why do you think they should have already had that knowledge? Why do you think they should have already had that knowledge?
Because they are already giving, they are glorifying Krishna now after their liberation. So from where it has come? Is it because...
From bhakti, from mercy of Narad Muni.
Oh,
From mercy of Narad Muni.
not from their austerities.
No, this is mercy of Narad Muni. We sing in Guru Puja prayers, Divya Gnan Hriday Prakashito. When there is mercy of Guru, when there is mercy of pure Vaishnava, then this knowledge automatically comes.
So before, when they were intoxicated, they were not doing any austerities. But after Narada Muni's appearance and because of his blessing, they got the mercy and now they were able to glorify him.
Yes, exactly. Because they were in the demigod bodies, you said that even demigods are praying for the birth on Bharat Bhumi and have a human body, so that they can have this knowledge and they can have this bhakti. So, we say that if somebody does pious karmas, they will go to Swarga, but Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Guna Loka Punaravarti Nojuna, that from this planet to the Brahma Loka, the topmost planet on material platform, which also includes the Swarga, demigod planet. So there is Punaravartan, there is
We'll come back.
but one who attains bhakti for Krishna, then there is no coming back.
And also, we have to be very careful in our own practice as well, because there's a difference between knowledge and realization and practice of bhakti and having those realizations. So Prabhupada in purport says demigods, yes, they know Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. However, na yatra narayana pada pankaja smriti pramushta ati indriyotsava, that they cannot do devotional service onto Lord Krishna Narayana because pritihi, their remembrance is completely lost because they are pramushta ati indriya utsava. Ati means excessive, indriya means senses, utsava means they are engaged in sense gratification excessively. So even one may know Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, but if their proclivity is towards indulgence in senses, then that's the remembrance will be lost. Smriti pramushta. Therefore, this association is said that three things are not there in the spirit in the heavenly planets. The first is that the Krishna Katha, Nayatra Vaikuntha Katha Sudapaga, that's not there. And then why is that not there? Because Nayatra Sadhavo Bhagavata Tadashaya, because there are no sadhus there. Because sadhus don't want to stay in a place where there is sense gratification happening. And then the third thing, Nayatra Yaganesha Makam Mahosava, the Sankirtan festival of the Supreme Lord is not there. Therefore it says, Surae Saloko Pinavaisa Sevyatam. Therefore the planet of demigods is not fit for habitation, actually, because of that. So even while, we'll be having some kirtan, and we'll be having nice music, but it is very important for us to go beyond that. Once someone asked Bhakti Charu Maharaj this question that, Maharaj, some devotees, they're only coming and they're singing Harinam, but they're never in Srimad Bhagavatam class or never any other class that is happening. So Maharaj distinguished that chanting of holy names is independent of the musical accompaniment and the instrument. Our meditation, of course, all these other things help for us to focus, but our meditation should be purely in the holy names of the Lord. And each syllable, Krishna, Rama, Hare, very carefully we should be listening, just listening. And when we do that, we are able to do that, then we will experience that pleasure is not just pleasure of senses, but it is internally coming. Sachinandan Swami emphasizes on this point that each syllable of the Harekrishna mantra we should be absorbing and meditating on while chanting. And that's both kirtan and japa.
Thank you.
And then also from, when we chant Hare Krishna, the whole idea of chanting Hare Krishna is please accept me and engage me in your service. And then if you're not following up with any more service, then you focus, okay, what's happening, where's the progress coming from? So it is, when I used to study in grade 8 and 9, when biology was introduced first in our syllabus, they said that for the blood to clot, it takes about 189 factors. And I don't know whether it's correct figure or no, but this I'm talking about many years ago. So out of the 189 factors, even if one factor is absent, then you will get hemophilia and you will die, right? So in bhakti or the same thing. We have to understand that it's a holistic process. So my mind is there. So then when we chant Hare Krishna, whether in kirtan or japa, and service comes, and then then we focus more and more. So that's how we progress. Otherwise, it's very easy to just either pick and choose. Okay, I will do this what I like and do that for many years, and there's hardly any progress. Progress is there because holy name is there, definitely. But then, if we follow the process properly, then the progress becomes very quick. There's also one book which no one mentions anymore. It's called Srīmad. So it's the quotes on all Prabhupada's books on holy names, the importance of holy names. So in the temples, when we used to have morning program, after Mangala-arti, we will chant, the 10 offenses, and then read from Srīmad. Very important book for all of us. Very, very important book. So if you have it in the house, we just keep it somewhere handy and just read from there regularly and chant it. Some things, because of the loss of morning program, some things have disappeared and the whole generation doesn't know. So here we want to try and reintroduce those things. And we understand that this is the whole process.
Maybe after our Aarti, morning Aarti, we can read that.
Yeah.
Actually, today was very nice because we had Guru Puja for Srila Prabhupada, and after Guru Puja we decided to start Shakam. And so, we end from now, year end is approaching, and we all have to introspect and review how the so nice and important because every Sunday, most of us, without fail, we are here. So we can perhaps, get together and brainstorm some ideas on how we can improve next year better. Come half an hour earlier, have Guru Puja, and recite all those Sishtakshakam and Namamrita meditations. And also, it was nice yesterday we had Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada disciple speak, and one of the things that he really emphasized on was group reading. And then in our minds we thought, yes, in one way we are doing that every morning, for half an hour. And we can see that those devotees who are attending it, how they are more rapidly progressing in devotional service as well. And then we have to take probably one step further, that those who are listening now, they should start giving classes as well. And, in probably your own small sanghas, and then expand that. And this is how the Krishna conscious movement will grow. If we get the taste, then we can give the taste to others. It cannot happen artificially by any planning or any kind of thing. It's so nice that somehow or the other, the powers above have been kind to us. And although it can be a struggle every day, but it is nice struggle.
But this whole 1 month was like so much tight schedule, but still, after that, like I was feeling today, everything is done. Okay, it all went very well.
Yes. My personal experience has been that, yes, after, sometimes in the weekend there were 3 or 4 downloaded programs, and at the end of the day, it's, oh no, tomorrow, no way, I can, come to Bhagavatam or do this, that. But somehow the body clock has become so used to it, and if we somehow can manage to finish the 16 rounds in the morning, then there is a burst of energy that comes that keeps us going throughout the day. That's how it should be, that we become so tired that we go to bed, get sleep and then wake up, rejoin and then take up the chanting.
Even yesterday we went for another program. We came at 11 o'clock night, and by the time I went, it was almost 11:45. But still.
Yeah, still here, you are. Prabhu is still here, we have to drag him.
Granthraj Srimad Bhāgavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you for your assistance. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Assembled Lord.
कैसे हो?